How's it going, everybody? This is Old Man Crunchy. We got a APA match for you today between myself and Charles. Happy holidays to anybody who's watching this. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Right now we're playing a 9-ball. I've got my make miss stats up on the bottom of the screen over here. Defensive shots or safeties don't affect the score. And so Mr. Charles won the lag, and he broke and made the 9-ball in, so that's an automatic win. He made another ball in too, so he's got a couple more points. He must have made another ball off the break. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay, so he broke pretty bad, so he doesn't really have a shot on this one. He just kind of swung at it. So now I got ball in hand. And this isn't really too difficult of a rack, so it looks like I just need to kind of stun the one into the side for shape on the 2. And then I can go, depending on how it goes, I could probably go 2 rails around for the 3 over in the other corner. We're playing over here at Antiques. I've been playing at Antiques since I was about 16 years old or something like that, so this place has been around for a while, but I don't really enjoy playing over here, mostly because of the music. They don't all they do is play the radio, and I don't like the songs on the radio, especially whatever station that they play. They actually have an antique jukebox that they don't use for some reason. I wish they would maybe get like an AMI Jukebox or one of them touch tunes. By the way, if you go to a bar and you got AMI Jukebox, I am on there. I used to have more songs on there, but for some reason they got rid of some of them, so I've only got a couple on there. Got to go talk to some execs about that one. Okay, so I shot for the 5-ball and it knocked the 6-ball out of the way, so I don't really have a good shot on it. Best thing I could do is kick at it, and I'm kind of looking at if I were to make it. This is sort of a 2-way shot. I'm just trying to get some distance between the cue ball and the 6. I got my cowboy coffee this morning. It's December, so if there's an excuse to do something like that, there it is. It was a good hit, but I left him. Pretty easy shot on the 6. So he can needs to put bottom left, so that way it could spin off the rail and probably come back 2 rails to hit the other long rail for shape on the 7. And I wish I had a taller tripod so you're not looking at mine and Charles's butts while we're shooting at this angle in particular. But if you female players like what you see, then leave a comment or click the like button. Maybe you could subscribe, or the male fans or players or whatever that like to see that. Kind of went for another two-way shot there. I was kind of trying to bank, but again, just trying to leave distance. He's got another easy shot on the 6. Round 2 on the 6. Didn't come up far enough. So that's a thin cut getting into that corner. What he could probably do is either play safe and tuck me behind the 8 for a hard shot on the 7, or he could go for the bank perhaps. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. Tough cut on the 7, so I think I want to play defense. So I'm just going to hit the 7 ball up and slow roll this behind the 15, which I didn't do. I probably could have put a little more spin on there, but I thought the natural angle would take it up. I probably hit it too soft. But he can clearly see the 7, so he's going to shoot for the 7 in the left corner. And he scratches on the way. So that's a dead ball. Just stop shot the 8 to the corner. And then same thing for the 15 or the pseudo 9. Drop back a little bit. Make it an easier shot. Alright, on to rack 3. Been having a hard time breaking. I don't know if it's because of the tables or the balls specifically, but this time it was a good break. Well, I guess it wasn't because it didn't really make anything. So it's his shot. He's got a clear shot on the 1, but nothing's really easily makeable right now. For him, I'd probably play a defensive shot. Just make sure the 1 or the cue ball hits a rail, but put the 1 in a bad spot. Not too bad. He's got me stuck behind the 8, and this is he's forcing me to kick the ball. And that 2's in the way on the short rail on the other side, so I kind of need to hit the long rail to get it. And it's pretty close to the rail, the line that I need to travel, so we'll see how I do. I hit the 5 first, so that's ball in hand, and another dead ball. I think my problem was I put top on it instead of just hitting the center of the ball. The top kind of gave it a little more oomph in the direction that it would probably want it to go. So he's got ball in hand, easy shot on the 1, but his problem is either getting on the other side of the 2 or freeing up the 2 a little bit better. I think he wanted to break out the 2, but with the way that he was going, he had a pretty high chance of scratching there. So he's got to kick at it, which he did, and he left me pretty bad, so that's a good shot for him. I got to kick at this, so my goal is to hit the, from our perspective, the left side of the 2, and try and I have a chance of putting that 2 into the side, but I do want to hit it so that way the 2 touches the long rail and the cue stays on the opposite rail. And I miss it. But I got a second chance. I bumped it. Now I need to hit a rail. Boom. I am cheering over there. Everybody's cheering. I lucked out with that shot. So Charles could clearly see the 2. He could either make it into the corner that it's facing, or into the side. I don't know if I agree with his backhand. It's pretty curled, and I don't know if that's comfortable or not. I would probably I would straighten that out. It might help his game a little bit. Not saying that his game is bad, but it might affect his gameplay over time. Okay, so I shot for the combo, and that 6 is as far into the pocket as it could possibly go without dropping. I do not necessarily like these smaller diamond tables. Or maybe it's the slate, I don't know, but that 6 ball is totally in there. So he's got a whack at the 2, and he has to kick at it. We'll see how he does. And he misses the 2. Okay, so it's ball in hand. Now I have a choice here. I could make the 2 in pretty much any pocket, but we'll see. So I guess I'm choosing the side. Okay, easy shape on the 3. I just need to push the 3 into the 6. And I didn't want the 3 to go in with the 6, so I thought I could kind of hit the corner of the corner pocket just to push it in, and then I could have another shot on the 3, but that 6 ball was just so deep in the pocket. I don't know. But I didn't even hit it good anyway, so. Okay, so he's got a good look at the 4. He just needs to come down for the 7. Oh, jeez. Now he's frozen to the 7. I don't think that 7 goes into the corner, so he's going to try and finagle something. It's a good hit. Something hit the rail, but I am on the bottom side of the 7, so I could either bank it or try and play a safe. So I think I want to play a safe. Put the 7 ball behind the 9 and put the cue ball on the other side of the 9 so he can't see it. And that was a good attempt. I wanted to make sure that the cue ball isn't on the, I guess, the left side of the 9, so that way he could see the 7 for potential to make it into that right corner. But he definitely has to kick at the 7, so it checks out. I don't know if you heard it in the background, but somebody said that they got antiqued. That's a term that we use over here when somebody tries to shoot the ball into a corner specifically, usually anyway, and the ball doesn't rattle, or the ball doesn't go in, so it just ends up rattling. And I feel like that's I don't know if that's a diamond table problem or a player problem or, this play specifically problem, but either way, the music here is terrible. So I try to go for the bank, potentially a two-way shot. He can make it into the corner, but it is a little bit of an intimidating shot, especially for a 4, because of the fear that they might scratch on either side on top of missing the ball, so we'll see how he shoots it. Okay, it looks like he tried to go for the bank on the other side, but he ended up scratching, so Now I get ball in hand, and this will be a relatively easy run out. Stop shot the 7, or stun it, however you want to utilize that term. Now, I do have an angle, a good angle for the 8, so I do want to bounce off of the long rail to get shape onto the 9. Just like that. 9 to the corner. On to rack 4. And see, that cue ball goes right into the side. I've just been breaking it a little goofy. I don't know. It just hasn't really been working. I think I made a ball. I did not make a ball. So I'm just not hitting the rack very well. So he's got ball in hand. There's a lot of clutter around the 2, so let's see how he navigates it.
As long as it doesn't go in there, it's usually good. It's got a second chance to go in there. Yeah. Well, I should be looking at the racks because it's holding down.
Is he going to get there? I don't think he got far enough. I think he's stuck behind that 4. If he is, then he might be able to see the 2 a little bit, but I think he has to kick at it. And he whiffs it. Probably need to chalk the stick a little bit or something. That's another thing. I'm not a fan of the light blue Kamui chalk or whatever it is. I like the dark blue one because it feels like it sticks to the Q-tip a little better. Okay, so I had ball in hand, made the 2 in. I got a decent shot on the 3, so it looks like I need to go 2 rails to shoot the 4 in probably the same corner that I'm shooting the 3 in, but perhaps the side. Looks like I get there. I could have came up a lot more for a better shot in there, but I can make it, and if I give it some inside spin, so right spin, I could prevent a scratch from happening. And yeah. So the 6 goes past the 9. So I need to get in line for the 6 after the 5, and I might have an angle, so I probably need to touch the rail, just like that. Okay, so this isn't too bad. I sort of got on the wrong side of the 6, but I can draw it a little bit for shape onto the 7 into the same corner. Use the 8 as a blocker, I suppose. I don't know if that was intentional. This shot runs the risk of scratching too, so I'm also going to put some inside to thin the angle as it hits the rail. In the 8 ball, I could either go 2 or 3 rails to get shape onto the 9, or just draw it back. Just like that. Easy shot. All right. On to rack 4. Okay, so it looks like I actually made something that time. That was a decent break, I suppose. I think it's I think the 9 is in the middle of the table, so perhaps the next thing I need to make is the 2. Oh no, the 9's behind the 2. Okay, so this is the 1, so same thing. I need to put some inside spin on here to prevent the scratch, but there is a bigger angle here, and I'm not going to get on a good side of the 2, so I just need to sort of take my medicine here. Now I'm intending on playing a two-way shot. I'm calling a defense because in APA, if you make a ball and it goes in, or if you hit a ball and something goes in, then that's basically a point. You do have to hit the lowest numbered ball, so I am calling a defense, but I'm intending on making this 2 into the corner. If I miss it, then he'll have a harder shot on the 2. And look at that, it goes in. But if I made it, I would have shape onto the 3, so. Now getting to the 4 is going to be a little bit of a task because I need to come 3 rails. And I think what I was trying to do is draw the ball back. And I ended up hitting the 5. So I'm intending on playing a defense again because I have to kick at this 4. So maybe I could put him in a bad position. And look at that. Boom. 4 ball ends up going in the side. I think I might have learned a new shot. I'm just smiling over there. I'll take a Christmas drink to that shot. Go ahead and subscribe if you like that shot. All right, so I didn't get too good on to the 6. I do need to stop shot it for a good hit onto the 8, so I sort of have to jack up on this ball just to try and get it to stop. And I get there. So this is a little bit difficult of a shot because I don't want to hit the cue ball too hard, and if I do, it's going to have some top spin and really slow it down against the short rail, so need to hit it soft and clean like that so it comes down at least a little. I didn't want to put any spin on it to try and hit off the short and then the long rail, so I'm just kind of dealing with this shot. I must have made it because that's a break and run. That's the luckiest break and run I've ever gotten. So I only need 15 points now. And there's that scratch. Okay, so Charles has ball in hand. He needs to start getting some points here, so getting from the 1 to the 2 is fairly simple, and the 3 is right there on the side. Oh, he wants me to take a look at it, make sure he hits the 1 clean, which it looks like he did, so. So he got kind of bad shape. That was probably a little too much draw. I think he was trying to throw in the 1. So he's going to have a tough shot on this 2. And he hits it real nice. So that's kind of a hard shot on the 3 into the side. It might actually be a little bit easier to bank, but he can make it. And he ends up shooting the 5 in instead. But that was a good, clean hit. He could combo the 6. Which I think he... Oh, man. And then he ends up scratching in the end. So he broke some of the balls out. Taking a look at that 4 there, so I just need to slowly roll this the cue ball up after making the 3, and then try and get on the just stop shot the 4. But I think I got too much of an angle onto the 4, so perhaps I can hit it pretty hard to come 3 rails back around for the 6, or I could put top on it and just have like a harder angle onto the 6 into that corner. But my biggest problem is getting to that 7. So it's not terrible, but I do need to come back 2 rails to get back onto the 7. And so this is a hard shot for me because hitting it hard enough and how the ball reacts to the rail. I did want to get on the other side of the 8, but I guess it kind of worked out going on the other side of the 8 for an easier shot on the 7. So when you come back up table or down table, easy shot on the 8. And here I'm trying to test out the rails. It wouldn't be too much just to roll up the 8, come down table, but I do want to try and figure some things out, so I like to do 2 rails just like that. For the 9 in the corner. Nice. 38-46. Or 38-46 to 13-31. See, that break worked out that time. Wing ball goes in. I got a good shot on the 1. The 2 is going to be fairly easy to get on. So I need to combo this 1 into the 8. Hopefully the 1 doesn't go in and I have good shape on the 1. So let's see how I hit it. And the 1 ends up going in anyway. I still have a shot on the 2, but it would have been a little bit nicer to have another whack at the 1 for better shape. Okay, just a light hit, just to make sure I'm in line for the 4. So I don't want to do anything too fancy. I just basically need to stun off the 4, put the 4 in the corner, and have shape for the 5. And I changed my bridge right there. I don't know if any of y'all seen it, but a lot of people will put their hand over there, and that kind of elevates the cue a little too much. So I put it on the rail to keep it more parallel, and that's why I shoot with an extension, because if you shoot with a normal size cue, it makes that shot just a little bit harder. So all you people who make fun of me about, or look at me funny because of my extension, well, I just have a better chance of making shots because of it, because I'm typically taller than your average player. So let's hit the 6, roll back up onto the 7, just like that. Slow roll the 7 into the corner and have good shape on the 9. And that's match for 9-ball. But technically, if I make this ball in, then that should be a break and run. So I kept this in the camera. Look at that. Oh, but it still goes in. Break and run. Hell yeah. So I had the pleasure of playing Mr. Charles at 8-ball. Again, he's a 4-4 and I'm a 6-6. So we're playing 8-ball now, and I must have won the lag, and then I broke and scratched on the break. And I wasn't paying too much attention because I'm so used to playing BCA. If you get the chance to watch my BCA match, that's a pretty good game, but in APA, if you scratch on the break, you have to shoot from behind the second diamond, or the kitchen, also known as. But he doesn't hit a rail anyway. So now it's actually ball in hand. Yeah, we're talking about that now. Sorry if I'm a little sniffly. I'm not really coming down with anything, but I did sort of wake up and it's dry out here in good old Colorado, so there's no snow right now, but it's supposed to snow, probably Monday. Okay, so now it's really ball in hand, and he did kind of move that 14 a little bit, so I think stripes are the better ball set. There is a little bit of a 3-ball clutter between the 12, 10, and what looks like the 13 or the 15. I'm not really sure. So, just trying to make some room and clean up down here. I do have a the 14 acts as my insurance policy in case I ever need it. Now I probably wanted to shoot for the 12 first, but I think I got too much of an angle, so I think I'm electing to shoot for the 15 into the corner. Again, sorry about the lighting and the tripod. I'm sure the lighting would be better if I had a taller tripod, but we just got these round tables or something that I can just post it on. I kind of like where the 12 is because it blocks his 1 and his 1 blocks the 4. So, and my biggest problem is the what looks like the 11 or something over by the 8, which I tried to get to. But I do have shape on the 12, so I have to shoot the 12. And I'm looking at there's a space in the middle of the table where I can either shoot the 11 or the 2 leftover stripes on this side of the table. So let's see how I do it. Okay, so that's a pretty good angle. I would probably have a hard time getting to the stripe closest to the side pocket, so I think I need to get rid of that one first to get shape onto this ball here. Okay, so I don't need to hit this too hard, but it ended up flying on me anyway. And now I'm forced to kick at the 8. I can't just one rail it. I suppose I could mass A, but not really the easiest of mass A's from, you know, it's probably easier to do on a 9-footer or something, but I am not used to the cloth that they have for these diamond tables. A lot of these bar boxes, I don't trust the tables anyway, but I am calling that corner pocket to the left. That's my team captain, Joe. He's marking it for me just that way he could see it. But I do want to kick at it, basically 2 rails. And I knock off the 1 into the side pocket. So that's a break and lose. Even if I did get it, it still wouldn't be a break and run because I scratched on the break. But he only needs 3 games, so I basically gave him that one. I think he might have made something. So in case if you guys don't know about the stats, it's the make over miss, and defensive shots don't affect the score. So essentially what this is saying is Charles makes a little bit more than a ball by the time he misses, and I make about 5, and that's across 8 and 9 for both of our matches. I figured I'd keep the stats. Yeah, I'm not. That wrist thing does not make me feel comfortable. Just looking at it, it looks like it'll be painful. So I think he made the 6 into the side. I should be stripes. Trying to take a gander at the old table. I think one of the balls in the corner kind of pokes out a little bit, so it makes it an easier shot. Okay, so I do have 2 stripes tied up over in that corner, but it looks like the one in the front goes in, so I'll kind of save that for later. It does block one of his other balls too. Okay, so I'm taking a look, and the 2 stripes, like over by the 8, I don't think the in between the 8 and what was it, maybe the 2 or the 4. Okay, it's the 4. That should be the 9 ball, and it does not go into the corner, so I need to shoot that up table. So I'm gonna shoot for this combo here, and I want to make sure, hopefully, that the 15 or that 13, whatever it is, hits the rail first, which it does. And then it bumps back into the 10 and makes it a harder shot. So here I could either shoot for the 15, but I'm probably going to have worse shape on the 10, so I need to hit the 10 rail first. Which I did, but I hit it too thin. And that would have been real nice, because I would have had a good shot on the 9 either into the corner or the side over there, but it is his shot. And it looks like his, I think it's the 3, should go into the side. Good shot. His hardest ball to get on would be the 5, because the he's going to have a tight area to try and shoot it up, unless if he wants to bank it. It's the one to the corner, draws back for the oh, maybe that one's the 5, and then the one on the rail is on the side rail is the 7. Oh, he wussy foots it. It is frozen though, so that's a good hit. Alright, well, here's my chance for the well, looks like the 9 to the corner. And I just missed it. Terrible. God awful.
Not scoring.
It looks like he could see the 5. It's a thin cut, but it's makeable. Not really sure what he wants to do with this 4 or the possible 7. Could be the 7 or the 3. I think he tries to play a defensive shot, which it does. Or he does. Not really the easiest shot on the 15. It does go past the 9. I have to hit it just right. But I don't like having to hit something just right, so I think I'm electing to play a defensive shot. I basically want to keep the cue ball up table. It would have been nicer if the cue ball was on the rail or closer to the rail, because that 4 definitely goes into the corner past the 8. It is an intimidating shot because you don't want to hit the 8 and you don't want to hit the 5 off of a bad swing, so he has to hit this pretty square. And he does it. That was a good shot. So he's either got a cut on the 5 or a bank on the 7 or the 3. Let's see which one he goes after. I think he's taking a timeout right now. So this makes a good time for y'all to subscribe, since we're taking a timeout. I think he's just walking through his options, whichever one's more comfortable. If it were me shooting this, I would probably play it safe. I would bank the one up table and leave me on the rail behind the 8. So I'm forced to either... That was a nice bank right there. But so that way I would be forced to bank at the 10 because nothing I have is really makeable. I don't really trust those long shots along the rail. Could be a lot of dust or something, so the object ball starts moving around even though it should be flying straight. Charles is getting a bridge right now. Kind of a long shot for him. I hardly have to use the bridge unless if I'm shooting over balls at this distance because of my extension. Maybe try out the extension. Messes with the weight a little bit, but, you know, you'll get used to it. He does a good job on that 5. And I take a look at the ball here. He can definitely shoot this 8. I thought he snookered himself, but I just wanted to see. Yeah, he can make that ball into the corner. And he's marking it with his chalk there. He doesn't need to do anything fancy. There is no scratch as long as he doesn't hit it hard.
Nice.
Clean shot. Good job. On to rack 3. It's Charles's break. I used to be on this team. It's pretty decent spread. I don't know what happened with those middle balls. I thought I racked it pretty tight, but either he hit it a little goofy or I don't know. I'd have to look back at it, but it just didn't spread very well. I think sometimes it's a little bit harder to rack because people will think that they'll put the head ball on the dot and it doesn't sit right, so they try and make it sit right by smacking the ball into it to create a dent. And you know, these are amateur players, so they don't actually know how they see the ball. I would just not do that. So I blame the other players for screwing up the tables, you know? I tried to shoot for the 10 into the corner. It didn't work out. He does have the option to shoot the stripes. I think the stripes are the better balls. But we'll see. Oh yeah, but I did used to be on this team. It used to go under a different name, and I was talking to them. We all get along. They're all fun people. They, I guess one of the old teammates kind of created some drama or something, and the team disbanded, so they started up a new team with new players. Oh, thanks, Gil. That's Gil. He's on my team. He's giving me a house round. So, oh, and there's Joe giving me another house round. I'm like, where the heck did this come from? I only got one house round. So he misses the stripe, and I got, it looks like, I like Joe's shirt. It says the Shot Father. Where does he get these shirts? I'm taking a look at that 10 because the 10 is just outside of the pocket enough to where, because these are diamond tables, it might react off of the pocket a little goofy. So I don't really trust shooting the 3 into that corner. The 3 might rattle out or it might get stuck in there. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I don't come over to Antiques and shoot. You got the most ghetto mall right next door, in Colorado Springs, and the music's terrible here. So I elected for the 6. I don't know if I could shoot the 3 into the side pocket, but I think I could see it going into the corner closest to us, but on the right. My biggest problem is that 2 and where the 10 is. He's probably going to not want to shoot the 10 until maybe later, and I need to get rid of it and put myself in an advantageous spot. I have no idea how that 3 didn't go in. It must be these wonderful diamond tables. And there is a perfect example of getting antiqued. So I think you can make this, I think it's the 15 into the side. Oh no, this must be the 13 or something. 11. Who knows? So we didn't really get very good position here. I think his next goal would be to make his 10 in. I'm not really sure what he would do here. Looks like he might be trying for it. He ends up making my 3 in. So I've got the 5. Not really sure what to do with this 5. Like I said, I really don't like where his 10 is right now. And I can't clearly see the 1, so I might just have to play a defensive shot anyway. I know that there's some clutter around the 8, which includes both of our balls. So I think what I'm going to do is kick at the 2 and work something out. I don't want him to have a clear shot on the 10. I do kind of want to break out the 4 and probably the 7, but I don't want to give him a shot. So this is this is what makes playing defense in 8-ball so difficult. It's like you can put that ball anywhere and he'll probably have a shot on something. Okay, so the 10 ball is a little bit intimidating. He runs the risk of touching the 2 first, which would give me ball in hand, but he does have a shot on this, I think it's the 15 here. And he whiffs it. Okay. So I've got a choice for the 5 in the corner, or the 1 in the corner closest to us, but on the right side. Okay, it looks like I want to take the 5. I took the 5 in an attempt to bump out the 4 or the 7. I did nudge it, but I hit straight top on there, and I think I needed to give it a little bit of spin, maybe try and cheat the pocket a little bit and give it a more square hit onto the 4, but I think if I hit it any better, I would have run a higher risk of scratching. So I do want to try and give myself an advantageous shot here, so I want to break out the solids and make his 10 in. And that 10 goes, but like, how deep are these pockets? Does that 10 have to touch the back of the pocket for it to go in, or what? Leave in the comments below if that's like a diamond thing or something. Because looking at the other table, like the side pockets, maybe go back in the video, but it seems like the side pockets poke out a little bit farther. So the side pockets are a little bit easier on this table. But it looked like the side pockets in the other table were kind of sunk in a little bit farther, so it makes the sides a little bit harder to make. I don't know. I could just be getting in my own head, but you can't even hear the music playing in here, and I'm just whining. So he shoots for the 14, doesn't make it. I think the 1 goes past the 8. Not entirely sure at this angle. So I do want to do something with this 4. And the 4 looks makeable into that corner, but I want to do something with this 2 and 7 issue over by the corner with that straight ball that just won't find its way in. Sort of a 2-3-way shot. Okay, so the 4 didn't go in, but I did knock the 2 in, so it is still my shot.
I'm still marking it.
And I guess I'm shooting at the 1, so it must go in. So I could roll it up for shape on the 4 into the side or the corner, which I do. And at this angle, I think I'm electing for the side. The side would be much easier for me to control, because I could put top on it, hit off the long rail for better shape onto the 7. Probably could have hit that a little bit better, get a little straighter on the 7, but that's okay. So really I just need to come 3 rails for the 8 ball. Nice hit, nice hit. Calling that pocket the corner pocket. Now I don't want to draw this back, so I just basically want to stun it into the 14, which I do. Make the 8 ball, and there's the ball. Basically gave Charles the game. Here you go. So that's the match. It was a pleasure playing Charles and the team that I used to be on. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all you people, and comment what you want for Christmas, and maybe Santa might give you something. Have a good one. Stay tuned next week or this Saturday for the next upcoming video. Peace.